Hey, happy Sunday. How are ya? Hope you're doing good. It's a cloudy, windy, really chilly day out there. Winter trying to tell us we're not quite done with you. It's not quite time for spring. It's been that back and forth pendulum. I don't know. March always seems to be that way a little bit, and April will kind of switch. So 2 more wake ups and we're at April. So I'm thankful for that. So guys, if you're jumping on here with me live, if there's a red live up in that corner, I would love it if you would type live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. What's your weather doing? Ours is being just a little bit bipolar here lately. So we're going from one pole to the other pole, definitely. But anyway, if you're catching me later on and it says was live up in the corner, you're catching the replay, and that's great. You can type replay in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. My name's Jan. I live in Nebraska, and I love talking about our low carb to keto type lifestyle. I share a lot of information about recipes, and yesterday I did a live at the grocery store talking about butter and why we choose what we choose and some of the things that you want to look for and maybe avoid in your life. So, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but I've done a lot of research and I've listened to a lot of people about our health and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things we can do, and if we demand it, things could change. Okay, so hey Diana, hi Joe, how are you guys doing? So like I was saying, I love sharing this stuff, and I do have a group where I share even more information. That group is another page on Facebook. It's called Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, and Dave is my husband, and he is the reason I am not diabetic. He is, but because we live in the same household. Basically, I consider myself diabetic because we do the same lifestyle now. Hey, Julie, how are you? So, guys, that group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, you can join it with us. Get all the information that's going on over there, too. Hello, Heidi. And you can search it up above in the Facebook search bar. Or you can drop group in the comments, and I will put a link here that you can tap and get over there. That's the best way to get in there. It is a private group, so it's totally contained to itself. And I have myself and a few others that kind of follow it and make sure there's no bad stuff that goes on in there. That's the way I like it. I like positivity, and I want to bring positivity to your life too. So what I am going to talk about today is something I've been doing some reading on. I see everybody on the sourdough train right now. So many people making sourdough bread. Now, bread is something that Dave loves dearly, but we struggle with because obviously it's very carby. Thank you, Heidi. Hey, good to see that, Julie. Bread is very carby. It is one of those carbs that'll just shoot your blood sugar up and then crash you back down. And when you crash back down, you're hungry. And yeah, that starts the vicious carb cycle. So, but I've been seeing that it's possible that this sourdough does not do that. So I'm kind of curious. I know nothing about sourdough, so I'm looking for people who are into the whole sourdough thing. Is it hard to do? Number one, it looks time consuming. I see all these people feeding their starter and doing all the alls, and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I have time in my life to do this? Okay, so that's the number one thing I want. So where are my sourdough people? If you are a sourdough baker, do you think it's time consuming? Is it something you enjoy doing? Okay, guys, and if the people who aren't watching this are not sourdough people, sharing this video out will help me a bunch, because then it'll get to more people's Facebook pages. So there, if you tap my face, there's like an arrow there and it says share. Share this video out. If anybody anywhere is seeing this and they're a sourdough baker, I would love to know Number one, is it time consuming? Number two, especially, and this is a long shot, I know, but if you are a sourdough baker and you know someone or you yourself are diabetic and you count carbs, how does that sourdough affect your blood sugars? That's my biggest thing. Here's what I kept thinking. I don't know that I want to go gung-ho into it and then have it affect Dave's blood sugars bad. And I don't know anything about it. I mean, what do I have to have supplies? Those types of things. So if anybody out there knows what I'm talking about, please, hey Marie, please, if you're a sourdough baker, message me and tell me what I would need. If it's not a huge investment, I would consider doing it and trying it myself. Now, if there's somebody really, really local to me that does sourdough and would be willing to sell me a loaf of the bread so I can see what it does to his blood sugars, I would be even more so on board with that because I'd love to try it. Hey, yeah. So like I said, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I mean, to me, bread is bread. But the more I read about this, it's the fermentation process. And I know fermented foods are good for diabetics. It helps with a lot of the enzymes and a lot of that type of stuff. So, you know, like sauerkrauts and stuff like that that are fermented are good for diabetes, okay? Now, if you didn't know that, you really should. So, and those, there again, those are kind of tips that I share over in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. But I don't know if the fermentation process to sourdough bread is enough that it would bring the carb count down to where I could make it for him and not have him have a sugar spike. And you know, that's not what I want to do. I want to make sure that he stays down here where we need him to stay down. So that's my biggest question. I'm always curious. You know, I see people doing it. It does intrigue me. I'm not going to lie. It does intrigue me, but I need to know how to get started. Is it something I can just pull things for? Because I was scrolling Facebook just this morning and somebody said, oh, I had my starter in the fridge for 2 months and I pulled it out and it's still good. So what's a starter? Do I need to take a class? Tell me if I need to take a class. What do I need to do? And what supplies do I need to get started in this if I decide to get started in it, okay? And like I said, in particular, if anybody out there is using the sourdough and they are diabetic or check their blood sugars, maybe, you know, maybe you're not type 2 or you're type 1 and you have to do blood sugars, anybody who monitors those, I'd love to know how this sourdough might affect your blood sugars. So, and then before I get off here, guys, tomorrow is Monday. I am starting what I'm calling a water challenge in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. If you struggle to get water into your day, I'd love to have you join us for that. It's just going to kind of be a way. It's not like I'm going to have a strict regimen or anything like that. I'm going to try to share ways to flavor your water. I hear a lot of people say, I just can't drink plain water. And maybe ways to flavor it, times of day, just a lot of different water related stuff. Because water, guys, water in our body is so important. Without water in your body, man, you know, that's not good. We can survive a long time without food, but we can't survive very long without water. So I'm going to put my focus on water this week. We're going to do a water challenge. Just kind of people who maybe need to be aware or get that reminder and get your brain a thinking, you know, I don't drink that much water in a day. How much water should I have in a day? And rule of thumb, guys, is half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you would need 100 ounces. Now, within reason, I mean, and those are the types of tips I give in there. So listening to your body, though, is the main thing, and that's important too. But anyway, I'm going to get that going. So if you know anybody who might want to be in that group for the water challenge, please go in there and invite them if you're in the group. If you're not in the group, you can get in the group and then you can invite your friends and family. But, you know, that's just kind of something that I'm going to do, something fun. I do these periodically in another group that I'm in. And I really enjoy them. So I thought, why don't I spread the love a little bit myself? So anyway, that's kind of my thing for today. Not much of a tip, I know, but I need tips too, guys. I'm not perfect, not by a long shot. And I'm curious and I don't know how to find the information. And hey, why not bring it to Facebook, right? I like this platform because you can bounce things off of people. What I don't like about this platform is those people who come after other people for something that they do. But I'm the person that can scroll on by that garbage and just say, okay, Sarah, Sarah. So, guys, like I was saying, if you've got any information, please let me know. You can private message me. You can drop it in the comments. I'll private message you, whatever the case may be, to get some sourdough information. And also, if you need to be in that group, either search it in Facebook or drop group in the comments. I'll get you into that group. And guys, I have to plug the products that we use too. Dave hopped on the scale this morning and he is like this close to a huge, huge milestone in his health journey. So, hey, Terry, how are you? These products, guys, have absolutely changed our lives. I'm not going to lie. It's not just weight loss. It's a mental well-being. It's focus and energy and all that stuff. Balancing out the hormones in your body to work right. So that's a great thing. That would be great with the sourdough. Yeah, no kidding. What are Kool-Aid drops, Heidi? I have no idea what Kool-Aid drops are. I mean, I know what Kool-Aid is. Kool-Aid was founded here in Nebraska in Hastings. It's not something that we ever drink. Hey, Rose. So, guys, I got to get on out of here. 32 ounces a day of water. Ask any physician every day. Only 32 ounces. That's all you drink every day. I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess we all have our own opinions and you're allowed your opinion too. Doctors are allowed their opinion. But typically I drink more than 32 ounces of water every day because otherwise I'm dehydrated. You can message me, Heidi. I'm not sure if you're talking like water flavor just to make water taste better or if it's something else you're talking about. But shoot me a message. I got to get out of here. But we got a birthday party to go to. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy it. And we will chat with you all later. Thanks for tuning in. Smile. Pass that smile on.